Welcome, Mr. Benjamin Morgan!
So I have some good news. This is actually exciting. I was just named the third best black comedian in all Western Canada, so thank you. You know, it's a trip. This is an awesome achievement, even though there's only two of us. So, yeah. A couple of years ago, I was going through some medical stuff, and I had to get a camera put into my belly to see what was going on. And the day before, I'm straight tripping, because up until this point in my life, my butthole has been exit only. And then, I'm just worried about the potential pain. And then I'm like, shit, something worse than the potential pain is the potential pleasure. I'm a heterosexual male that's scared to find out that he's gay. So I smoke a joint, actually I just smoke a joint. So it's the day of now. And the receptionist, she gives me a pamphlet, and I look at the pamphlet. I'm like, excuse me, miss, you gave me the wrong pamphlet. She's like, no, that's the right pamphlet. So you guys, it turns out that the camera didn't have to go up my woo. Yeah. It actually had to go up my wee-wee. No. So I start tripping, the room starts spinning, and I start seeing triple, and I'm all dry sweats. So I take solace in the pamphlet, and step number 1 was breathe. Step number 2 was relax. So I didn't make it to step number 3. So now I go outside and smoke a joint because I'm nervous as fuck. And I was lucky, there was this cancer patient and he shared his weed with me. And I got so high that I started watching this random dude getting high. And it turns out it was just my reflection. So I was nice and high. And I'm in the room now and the doctor walks in. He's like, so how are we today? I look at him, I'm like, Doc, please put it in my butt. And he does after he puts the camera up my wee-wee. So speaking of wee-wees, I was recently at a clothing optional beach by the name of Wreck, which is appropriate because that's what I did to my self-esteem. So I'm on the sand enjoying the sun, and all of a sudden somebody's in my light. So I look up, and there's this white guy, and in between his legs was Thor's hammer. It was impressive. It was so impressive that I gave it a nickname. I called it Darkness, because everywhere he drug this thing, it blocked out the sun. And it was in this moment that I realized I'm not a BBC. I'm more of an ABC. An average black, wah, wah, wah. And then it kind of messed with me because later that night I was sleeping and I dreamt that I was in the locker room back in high school before a football game, and one of my teammates, he's like, Ben, I'm bigger. And then he calls the guys over, guys. And they're like, small dick Ben, 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 game time! And we went out and he crushed it. And you know how athletes are with their superstitions, we kept it up for the rest of the year. Flash forward to a decade later, I'm back in my hometown visiting my nephew, watching him play some ball, and I walk into the locker room at halftime, and I walk into, small dick man, small dick man, and I'm like, I'm average! And this wakes me up out of my dream, and it wakes up my girlfriend too, and she's like, aw, what's average, baby? I'm like, my penis. And she's like, you had a bad dream, do you want to talk about it? I'm like, no, I want to put that dream behind me, because I have a dream that one day my dick will not be prejudged for the color of his skin. I have a dream that one day he will not be judged on his... Oh, fuck, I fucked up that joke. I'll get to the next one. Feel free to dream about my dick. My last joke. So I'm about 6 years old. In Calgary, Alberta, which is actually an awesome place if you're into racism and oil. And I went to a Catholic elementary, and I'm walking home after class, and on my way home, I'm passing the public school when I hear that word for the first time. And you guys know what word I'm talking about. Don't like the word, so I'm not gonna say it. I ignore it, go grab a juice box, catch the end of Babar. It was a good day, you know? Yeah, fuck those rhinos, trust me. So the next day, very similar scenario, but this time when I'm passing the public elementary, there's 4 kids right in front of me, and this blonde boy looks me dead in the eyes and calls me that word. I was a little naive as a kid. I actually thought that there was a new black kid in town that kind of looked like me, whose name just happened to be, you know? So I'm like, that's not me, I'm Benjamin. And then I shared my candy. So, I was raised Christian, right? So the point of my joke is, if you ever find yourself in a similar scenario, please don't lower yourself to their level and throw back slurs. Don't use your fists to fight them. Do what I did and give them poisoned candy. Thank you very much.
You're going for Benjamin.